Can you start over again? I started recording.
Yeah, there's a debate going on September 24th between a Green Party person and a Republican, and they've invited the Democrat, but they don't know if he's going to show up. But the Republican, the Libertarian, and the Green Party person in the race have all agreed to be there and debate. And I thought it might be a good practice run if we covered that for what would happen. And they've agreed to they're like, yeah, if you guys want to do it and put your logo on it, whatever, on your channel, I don't give a shit. So
Okay.
I thought,
where's the location?
Seattle, and I'm going. So, and there's, I don't know if you know Al Porter Adair by chance, but he will also be live streaming. And so we'd have extra camera people too.
Cool.
Bless you.
So what date is that?
September 24th, a week from Saturday.
Okay. Adair, is that date a problem for you?
The 24th? No, that's not a problem. Generally, I think Ashley was going to come down and stay the weekend, so I can just go up there, and we can drive down here together. So.
Okay, so what we can do is we can have both you and Eric go there, and then we'll have one man focus on the camera and the link, and one guy focus on asking a couple of good questions.
All right, yeah, that'll be interesting. And I wanted to talk to you about election night coverage, because I was just thinking that every news channel and every commentary channel is going to do election night coverage. And we've already got like Shama Sawant who are willing to work with us in person and over Hangout. So I thought, why don't we do something like we get this debate going, which is we might have to move it digital, but I'm pretty sure I can parlay that into getting Shama and some other folks into a Hangout with us. I can get some candidates into a Hangout with us on election night, and we can watch as the coverage comes in and do commentary like that.
Yeah. Because
with this, Eric and I have met just about everybody running for office in the state. So.
Yep. Pretty much.
And since both of us are in Olympia, and I'm actually really close to the Capitol building, we could even do shots from there throughout the day and talk to state reps and people like that in the Capitol.
Yeah. Okay. But this sounds good. I just wanted to see if we couldn't do something that everyone else wasn't doing.
Right. The debate, I think, can happen.
We could ask the Libertarian and Green Party if they had some political commentators they would be willing to have available for us throughout the day that could comment on results and how the media is putting everything out. Because we would be the only ones having those guys.
Yeah. I think we can parlay that. Like, Eric, you or I can get a hold of like David Cobb for the Greens.
Yeah.
We can get a hold of somebody from the Libertarians. I mean, she knows most of the people in the state party, but she could get their party chair from here to come on and give Libertarian commentary.
I mean, it doesn't have to be people from Washington, all of it. Like, let's just see who is available. Like, if they're from Washington and you guys can hook up with them so that you can actually help them with tech and stuff like that, that would be amazing. But if they have people available from outside the state, like, put them on, no problem. So that could be an approach. And then, of course, we would also reach out to the Democrats and whomever else, the Republican Party, to ask if they have people. But it would have to, I think 2 people from the small parties would be the way to go, don't you?
Yeah.
Instead of going for 4 people, because 4 people, then they would have to sit and wait and not say something for like a long time.
Yeah,
plus,
no, go ahead, Eric.
Plus, Adair and I are technically still Democrats, so
I thought you were running.
We could just be us. No, I am not. It's a complicated situation. We're trying to start a coalition of Democrats, Greens, Democratic Socialists, and Independents, and run with this coalition and the coalition will support progressives from all parties.
Well, speaking of all parties, I got hit by a Facebook ad today from the Democratic Socialist Party of America.
What?
Yep. Saying that they are inspired by Bernie and they're former Bernie fans and yada, 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 and they are making a political platform based on Bernie's ideas and ideals.
I just get the Democrat emails. Hey, friend, we're terrified by Nate Silver's results. Like every few minutes.
Yep.
Friends. Hey, friends. Hey, friends.
It's very simple. The Burners said it from day one. You can watch Hillary lose the nomination, or you can watch Hillary lose the general election. It's your choice.
Well, that's Nate Silver's latest thing was just like, Trump is pulled within 2 from being down 8 to 10 percentage points. He's within 2 percentage points, and it's steadily his appeal is steadily rising, and he continues to fall. So he said if by the end of this week results are the same, then it looks like Hillary will win the popular vote but lose the election. And their model, like they have an interactive model, you can
hear Democrats howl about the unfairness of the electoral process, yada, 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 right after they completely pull the rug under from Bernie. Yeah.
But that's what happens. I mean, and I looked at, they have this interactive tool. So if you go to 538, you can find it under their election coverage where you can change demographics and how they're voting.
Mm-hmm.
So if black people show up, vote the same, we vote about 93% Democrat, but if 10% fewer people, so about 70% show up, and then college-educated whites vote 52% Republican. All that it takes to swing the general election is for non-college educated whites to vote in mass at the same percentage they're already voting, and Trump wins the electoral college by like 120, but loses the general election by 4 points. And it's nuts. Even more so. He actually will win the general and destroy the electoral college if the Latin vote doesn't come out in mass and vote almost exclusively Democrat. We're talking like 90% turnout and 87% Democrat votes. That's what he needs. That's what she needs, really, to make sure she wins, and she's not going to get it.
President Trump.
Yeah, no, that's scary, but it's a real, it's going to happen. I don't.
Yep. First the governor, celebrity president.
Oh.
Adair, how do you feel about cap and trade? Sorry,
cap and trade on what as a solution to what exactly? Like carbon emissions?
Yeah.
I like it.
Good, right? Okay.
Step.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
The problem with the Copenhagen Accords on the environmental was that they failed to take a step. So our prime minister in Denmark, he was more concerned about the publicity of everything, so he couldn't actually. He ran around being the public figure, but he forgot to actually negotiate with people and do a lot of pre-work negotiating up to the Copenhagen Accords. So there were no tentative agreement reached, which was bad because, for example, when the ozone layer was threatened, we couldn't. There wasn't a full agreement in the UN on banning freon, but they accepted on the first contract. They accepted that they didn't have to be 100% in agreement. They only had to be like 80% in agreement. So they got to 80% on freon from refrigerators, and then the next step after that, they got to 100% on freon. Period. So that was the way they did it on that. And with when they did the climate before Denmark and during the Denmark's tenure on it, they just fucked everything up and was way too focused on getting the end goal instead of getting the halfway mark and then getting the end goal.
Right. Well, I'll be right back, guys. I got to go take care of my laundry.
Yep. Hey, Richard.
Hello. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hello, Governor.
Congratulations.
And thank you. For those of you who like that sort of things, there are albums on my Facebook profile with pictures and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so we were talking about election night, and we were talking about the debate. We were trying to arrange whether or not it should be digital or we should try and find another college.
Yesterday, I was talking with Dave and Brandon, and there seems to be a large push to have a digital debate that basically goes up against the Trump-Clinton debate. But what I was thinking more or less makes sense is that the Trump-Clinton debate, as far as I can tell from the time listed online, goes from 6 to 7:30 Pacific time. So on the West Coast, a post-broadcast would actually make sense, and it may carry quite a few viewers.
Okay, sounds good.
So the idea that we had was, and I don't know if Dave and Brandon followed up on it already yet or not, but to reach out to Mel and then to whoever we were talking to from Gary Johnson's camp, and let them know, hey, there's a lot of people that want you guys to debate on the debate night that you guys aren't allowed in, and we can do that.
Okay, so we would get the end of prime time on the West Coast for this debate?
Yeah, so basically probably either start 7:30-ish. It's that's weird that it ends so early, but I guess their main audience is 65 plus, so.
That gets us right into West Coast.
They just both recognize that they both have everything to lose by goofing up on the national stage, so they want as few people watching as possible.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, they're neck and neck. They're neck and neck right now. So, yeah. And our dear Nate Silver has a prediction that Trump wins. So.
Oh, man. Wow.
Okay, so what is the date for the debate?
26th, I want to say.
Okay, so Eric was talking about on the 24th.
Yes.
Covering a debate between a Republican, a Libertarian, and a Green Party candidate in Washington, and we've been granted access there to come with our cameras and set them up, and possibly have someone do some questions. And both Adair and Eric have time that day, so that one can focus on tech and the other can focus on questions.
Excellent. For what position is it?
CD2 State Congress, I believe. I can double check. Hold on. Events. Where did it go, Tyler? I know I shared it on my page. So do you guys know Tyler Vega? He's the Green Party guy. It's it's the state Congress.
CD2's in. That's Seattle. I thought that was CD7. I thought CD2 was closer to Bellingham.
Well, the event is Everett, actually.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I'm a little. Oh, it's at Mike LaPonte's coffee house. You know who he is?
No, we might be friends on Facebook, but I don't recognize the name off the top of my head.
Okay, so is it for state, or is it for state house, or is it for Congress? Which is it?
It looks like state Congress.
Okay, so we would be doing this Saturday, and then the following Monday, we would be doing the if the Green and Libertarian campaign agrees to it, we would be doing their debate. And on top of that, we would be doing our own show Thursday, the 22nd. So that's basically every other day is a major event from the 22nd to and including the 26th. And then it's 4 days until the next main show. So before we bite into this, I want to make sure that everyone's on board and firing on every cylinder. So Dave is not available this week, right? Because he had gotten some work.
Correct.
Okay. So anyone know where Brandon's at?
No idea.
Okay. Cool. So let's assume it's the three of us, and that Brandon may or may not jump in later. So how do the four of us, how do the four of us feel about doing a show Thursday, a show Saturday, and a show Monday, and then a show Thursday?
This week, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, this week?
Yeah, the 22nd,
check.
24th, 26th.
I work on Monday. I work Monday the 26th after classes, so I don't know when I'll be home. I could do every day but that, I believe.
Yeah, Thursday, I'm good. Saturday, obviously, I'll be there. I'm good for that. What's the date of Monday? The
26th.
What time are we doing it on Monday?
Richard?
Starts 6 to 7:30. So I mean, for the debate, we don't know whether or not that we'll get a response from the camps and whether they'll be interested. But if they were, then we would go on after. But if not, then I imagine we want to do some sort of debate coverage.
What is the allotted time for the main debate?
It says the time that it said listed on the internet was 6 to 7:30 Pacific time.
Okay, so 6 to 7:30, and then they're going to go 15 minutes over. So we'll be ready at around 7:30. So yeah, okay. Are we going to do a concurrent show and then go into our own debate, or what are we thinking?
I suppose it depends on the response from the camps, and then other than that, I would think either we got to do something for the debate, so we could either run it at the same time or talk about it right after.
Yeah, because my thought is everyone is going to do like the Young Turks, they sit and watch the debate and then film themselves while they have reaction to it. And then after the debate, they do a post-debate spin show where they spin the answers off of their notes. And a lot of people are going to be doing that. What is it that, do we want to do something similar, but then skip the post-game spin and then do our debate, or should we do the debate another day, or what are we thinking here?
I think one of the things that we were thinking of is if we run the debate afterwards, that we would want to be able to take some of what they talked about in the debate and move it into the other debate and be like, well, see, they didn't really answer this question, or they didn't even talk about this part of it, or whatever, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we might need the actual debate time to prep for that.
Okay. Do we have any idea?
Kind of depends on staffing.
Do we have any idea about Ben's plans for debate night? Or has there been any talk from the Progressive Army about doing a special thing for debate night?
I have been following if there has been.
I haven't seen anything. I've been trying to check pretty regularly.
Okay. So fair enough. So what I'm thinking then is that we do a concurrent coverage of the debate where we sit and watch it on our screen. We make sure that only one of the screens has. We sit and watch it on a screen where we have earbuds into our TV or whatever we're watching it on. If the three of you in Washington can get together and sit in the same room, that would really create a cool atmosphere. Sit in the same room, have a root beer, and sit there and take some notes together, have good reactions. The rest of us will have to be in front of our own screens. And then our mics will be able to pick up our reactions to what's being said, but they won't pick up our sound on what's going on. So people will be able to follow along what's happening. And then the TV where the three of you are sitting at, if you can get together for the debate night, that sound would be coming through because that is legal under the YouTube rights. That isn't stealing content as long as the TV is not in screen. The sound can accidentally come through our audio. So that way we can have the sound of the debate, our reactions to the debate, and then we promise a Tuesday spin on it, where we do a show Tuesday where we put our ideas and spins on what the debate was about, and but after the debate we do our debate. Is that what we were thinking?
That was certainly an option.
If we do Tuesday, I'll need to pre-record during my lunch hour because I'm in class 9 to 5 that day.
I'm just thinking that the post debate spin is an important part of the debate for those of us who cover it, but most people won't be checking for it, I think, until Tuesday.
I think
Tuesday I will. So we're talking about a week from tomorrow.
The 27th.
So I was gonna already that day. We're not really doing a show that day, but Election Justice USA, the same people who did the report that found out that Bernie should have had 184 additional delegates.
Mm-hmm.
I told them I would produce a show for them as long as we got to put our logo on it. And so I have already signed up to do that. And I have a speaking engagement earlier in the day about cannabis.
Okay, so if we're going to do a post-debate game show, it's not going to be with Adair and Eric.
Most likely, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll know more again on Monday about how class times are going to break down.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now it's a 16-hour-a-week class, but she's got like 45 hours worth of class time on our schedule per week. So.
Okay. Richard, what do you say, man?
I'm down. I'm trying to envision scheduling. Still waiting on trying to get a graphics card. I'm very close at this point. Not quite there. And otherwise, I mean, let's see here. I mean, it sounds pretty jam-packed. I'd like to do as much of it as
I want to go through it, man, before we commit to anything.
I'm just trying to think of what would make sense to fall off the list if things start getting unmanageable. I mean, we don't have a commitment for a digital debate yet, so that's loose. We do want to definitely cover the debate in some form. And then Eric Scott, you said that the thing for election justice which day was that?
That was Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
That's the thing I brought up. I had brought up in one of our other meetings. Tambourine asked us to do it.
Yeah.
And so I
That's
commit.
an excellent opportunity. They'll help tweet out our link and everything. So that's
and
really great.
they have 20,000 page likes. I don't know about their Twitter followers, but they have quite a bit of following.
We got to be careful with them. There's been some misinformation that's already been put out regarding this. One is that Bernie actually won the first one account at the state convention and the AM during roll call, which nobody has any evidence of. And then secondly, they came out with this report while we were in Philly, I got a firsthand look because we were one of the only delegations they came and talked to, and there was no methodology. The work that they're saying has come from 3 different sources, all university papers, all of them, all of the authors of those papers not involved in election justice. So we have to be careful reporting some of their facts and figures and what they're saying is fact when it right now is just conjuncture.
So this particular event, to my knowledge, is about pushing to change to hand-counted paper ballots.
Yeah, that I've seen. I'm just saying generally, be careful with what's going on there. I love Tambourine to death, but she's really in on this and is biting at some of the conspiracy. So just to be careful.
No, I agree. We need to. I've been running into that a lot lately, where people are a little bit buying into conspiracy, and myself, I have to re-ground myself sometimes because it sounds good, and then you look at the facts and you're like, wait.
Yeah. So I assume that you're going to do a recording or live streaming Tuesday with our logo on it and putting it on our channel. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Do you need any assistance or backup from us? I
don't think so. I'm just so they're going to get in a hangout with me, and they have videos. It's basically a training or something. She's supposed to call me tomorrow, or her and I are going to have a conference call to hash out the details. Okay,
figure out exactly what it is, Eric. Okay? And then when you have some more information, then let's talk some more about it. But if you need anything from us, you just ask, okay?
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay, so Richard, the 22nd we have a show we need to prep. The 24th, there's a debate in Seattle that, well, we can do the lazy thing and just have Eric and Adair go there, ask some questions, and pick up the coverage and put it on our channel, and there will be no one at home. Or we can man the stations and have a pre- and post-game thing about it. So Saturday is really about as much as we make of it. And then Monday, the 26th, there is the debate. So we can say that the plan until Jill Stein bites is that we cover the debate. But that we cover the debate and have a post-debate show. And that's it. But if they bite for a debate after the debate, then we will do our thing. But I don't know. I think trying to hone in on the very day of the national debate, and I don't know that will garner us viewership in any way, shape, or form. Isn't there a better time to be doing this?
Well, the thing is because since it ends early in the night, that it gives us the opportunity to be like, okay, you just watched the regular debate and you saw the bullshit answers and all the lack of follow-up and all of that. So now you can tune in for a real discussion, real debate with the real answers to the real questions, and instead of watching the spin that is going to make any Bernie supporter, Jill supporter, Gary supporter nauseous.
Yeah, I get that. My question is, when people get off of work and then go home and then they search for post-debate spin, how are they going to find us, since they're going to be looking for general election debate, Trump-Hillary post-spin?
That's easy.
Well,
yeah, I have
throw in the title for one.
Yeah, and I have
tags.
There's going to be a hashtag. It's going to trend. All we have to do is just.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Good.
Well, you just.
I was going to say that was the other thing. Is that? Yeah, the other thing was that there's already some popular Twitter names behind the concept of a digital debate that runs up against the Trump-Clinton debate.
Okay, cool. So let's keep pushing it. We just need to bear in mind that the last time Jill Stein tried to gain access to the national debate, she was held in a basketball court, handcuffed to a chair with her vice presidential candidate for 6 hours. So
Have the debate while they're under arrest.
and
So, I mean, it's possible that that's what she goes for, but
yeah, so it will make 0 national headlines. It'll be picked up by 0 people, and she'll go on Democracy Now! And she'll cry about it a bit, and then they'll be outraged over it. There'll be a cycle of Facebook posts on it, and then it'll be it. But so I don't see the point of her doing it, I gotta say. Not the practical point, anyway. So we need to. Like, if she's serious about doing that thing, then they can't commit to an engagement right after the debate. Then she'll have to give up her, I want to go get arrested thing.
Which, just based on my interaction with her teams, seems like that might be the route they go. Because they figure there's built-in headlines in her getting arrested. There's built-in chatter in her getting arrested. As opposed to her doing a debate,
Mm-hmm.
you win an election.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not how you get votes, but
they're not in it for votes. It's like what I said on the last show I was a part of. The Green Party is not going to win. The Green Party is trying to get on the map, and then maybe in 4 years they might actually get into the debate, and then 4 years after that they might actually be in the running.
well, to get into
what the Green Party is doing.
She needs matching funds. She needs to hit at least 5% nationally, and to get 5% nationally, you're going to be better off doing a debate, especially because the one that's happening ends right in between people getting home and primetime TV starting on the West Coast.
Yeah, but you're not on her team, and they seem to be committed to getting her arrested again.
Which I don't understand. And we've talked about this, that they should just hire us.
Come on, you're
as our president
in America. You must understand getting arrested, right? No peace, no justice. Come on. Jesus. Yeah. So if a white privileged woman gets arrested, then there must be a public outcry in America. Yet there wasn't 4 years ago. And there wasn't 8 years ago. So, yeah. So
I didn't even know she got arrested.
If she's going to go for the getting arrested thing, then we won't have anything on the 26th other than the post-debate show. And what's worse is we can't promo it if they are late about accepting or declining it. So the question is whether or not we should not pick a different date.
I just don't know how we get any hype around a different date.
Well, okay, so let's keep the 26th open for the possibility of them coming on. And how we get hype around another date is that we have the Libertarian Party and the Green Party do their thing, and we contact the YouTubers and the Twitterers that is calling for an independent debate, a real debate, and blah, blah, blah. We contact them and tell them, hey, look, here, we are holding a real debate. It takes work to build up an event like this, like you guys have found out, trying to build it up over the past, 3 to 4 weeks and still getting no commitments. And yeah, yay. So, I don't know. We can keep pushing for the 26th, and if they commit to the 26th, then we advertise the 26th, and we have a fucking backup plan in case of she not being able to resist getting arrested. And then the 29th, we do a show, but I also think that perhaps the 29th, our Thursday show, should Thursday primetime would be a really good day to have a debate as well, instead of hiding it in the weekend.
Yeah, that was actually the other date that we were thinking of, was to do it on our show day would be nice.
Okay, So let's operate with the 26th as the primary to try and get people to come to. If that does not succeed, we still have the post-debate option. We don't start promoting it until we have both people committed, but we also set a hard deadline, the 23rd, noon Western Coast time, the 23rd. We need a commitment. If there's no commitment, we start promoting our concurrent and post-debate show. And of the main debate.
Sounds good.
Because we need those 3 to 4 full days to put that out there. Especially considering Monday is an OS day. So, or is that Tuesday? Yeah. In any case, we won't be getting much from Benjamin's channel.
You got it.
Okay. And then the 27th, Eric does his thing and gets help from us, those of us who have time, if he needs it. I have time, Eric, just so you know. And Thursday the 29th, when we send out emails to these people, jerking them around for yet another answer, we tell them that the 29th is a backup date for a digital debate. Have anyone talked to Brandon about having him go to his university and ask if they would host it? A New York debate could also be a thing.
I haven't thought about it. No.
Never thought about it either. Yeah, that could work. I guess it's just because a lot of our connections were here, and we knew that Jill was coming here, so that's kind of why we aimed towards here.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying that since that has fallen through, let's try and see if New York works.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But how would we work the crew angle from there? I know one of the things Evergreen was concerned about, because the communications building director, she said we had several high-profile people quit, so we just don't have the staff to put on a production. Like, that was her biggest concern, was they didn't have the staffing to help us out where we would need it. So we could rent it, and then they would pay students to do it, but that becomes the question is, I don't even know what university it goes to, but what's their staff production looking like? What would our commitment ends be? I mean, I can find us cheap flights to get to New York if they need bodies, but just what would the logistics be of getting it all set up there in person be?
I mean, if Brandon has a couch, I can go to New York for a couple of days.
Yeah. I mean, thanks to Frontier, I've got flights that are round trip like $120, $130. So I can get us cheap flights. It's just, what would we need to have in terms of infrastructure, and would we need the same kind of camera setup and that?
We would ask Brandon to find that out.
And we'd have, see if he can work on sponsorships. I don't know if my sponsors would still necessarily, because they were mostly excited about like the in-person stuff. But one of them I could see maybe still doing it if it's completely digital or in a different state.
Okay. It was just a thought. Okay, so I would just assume that. I mean, I know in Denmark, if anyone with some seriousness behind their production went up to a university in Denmark and said, "Hey, would you be interested in hosting a political debate?" They would say, "Yeah, sure. Here's a room, and set up your shit." As long as you gave long enough notice, like there would be nothing about, "Oh, we don't have the staff. Do you have the money?" There would just be, "Yeah, sure. We are a public university. Here's rooms."
And that's what we were told initially by John, the teacher, and he was like, if it greases the wheels, I'll insert it into my class. And then the lady was like, I don't have the resources. So I'm like, but I will take I told the people, I was like, if I need to, I'll take out independent learning contract and make this an extra class. I'll pay extra tuition to host this debate at Evergreen. And she's like, I just don't have the staff members. volunteers. I've got people willing to come up. I was like, I've got all of that taken care of.
Okay.
But
Okay, that was a big fat no. Yeah. Okay.
that was a lot of work to get a no.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It was good work, though. Good lessons. Yeah?
Yeah, and we still have those.
Like, you guys got a lot of contacts out of finding out that there are people who wanted to be sponsors for shit like this. So, Eric, you have a better feel with this, I think. So why don't you start thinking about whether or not some of these people would help make Project Sanity even more possible?
All right. Yeah.
I mean, instead of not just sponsoring a specific event, but
sponsoring us.
Helping it out, they would get mentions as individuals. We are not going to be sponsored by Coke or Inner City Rafters or whatever, but they would get honorable mentions as individuals, as whatever, CEOs.
I like it. Yeah. The fortunate thing is I could see the big sponsor I had been talking to, which is a guy who has a company that's received $26 million in investments. I could see him investing in us as a group. I would have to sit down and talk with him. I don't want to say 100% for sure because I had talked to him about the event. But he wanted, so he's got that company, but he really wanted us to promote a different organization he runs called Rock Stars, which is basically he opens up music studios and normal people like adults have to pay their way, but instead of profiting it, he takes that money to give children free music lessons, free studio time, sets up events so the kids can perform, and I think it's pretty amazing. So yeah, not only would it be good because we'd be getting some help to grow and expand, but we'd be able to push something that I think is pretty amazing.
Okay, sounds good. I'd love to meet the man. But you take some preliminary conversations with him, okay, Eric, and then you let us know as it goes along, okay?
Cool.
Okay, so Saturday we have a thing, and this Thursday we have a thing. That's the 22nd and 24th. The 26th we have a thing, and then again the 29th we have a thing. The debate will be you guys reaching out to see if we can make it happen the 26th. If it can't happen the 26th, it would happen the 29th. And I think we're gonna, unless Brandon can get us a confirmation by Friday, we are gonna skip the whole university thing and just hold it online. Yeah, and final confirmation from the parties by the 23rd. Like after that, we have to log in what we're doing on debate night.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'll let Shama's people know. I'll get a hold of her.
Cool. So what are we doing for this Thursday's show?
Look at my contacts and see if I can bring anybody.
Pretty sure I'm producing because Dave is busy and Richard can't until he gets his graphic card. So I'm still available to do that. I made sure I was available for that.
Good. Did you get a chance to talk with Dave at all, or to kind of get a little bit familiar with how he's been producing lately?
No, he's uploading, or let me double check if he did it yet. But he's supposed to upload all the graphics. We did talk about it, but we haven't been able to get in like a hangout and him actually give me the dimensions of the way he's doing things. But basically he taught me a lot of the shortcuts he's doing. He has, yeah. So like he has the lower third, he's actually adds our name with OBS, not, so he has text for everybody and keeps it in the same spot. So you can basically keep one, he's made it very easy. but it looks a lot more complicated than it is, basically. I'm double checking right now to see if he uploaded the new graphics.
Okay. So, do we have any idea about goings-ons and happenings that are happening during this week, or that has happened this weekend that we would want to cover? I've been in a bubble until today, basically, so I have no idea about anything.
Tons of no DAPL protests in the Seattle area, including some really great video. Tons of tribes have come together about that, so that's been going on a lot up here. I know a candidate running for mayor in Auburn. He's 19, 20 years old, running against an incumbent mayor in her 40s.
Ouch.
It's just that it's what he's running on. He's running on as I'm a young person trying to get involved in government, and she's been here for 20 years.
So she actually got elected the mayor as 20 years.
She was working as like an aide and stuff in politics or stuff like that from like 20, 21 years old, and then worked her way up. And he's just like, I'm jumping straight into this shit from the delegation. So, see who else I know.
Interesting angle.
I've got someone that can talk about. She works at a nuclear power plant. She could tie in with no DAPL. She's really knowledgeable on things like thorium salts and all that other fun stuff. Former Navy vet. Carrie Thompson, who ran for State House in Massachusetts, in particular in the Boston area. So she's got some info on what the things are looking like out there. I can talk to her about anything. One friend at the Standing Rock protest right now, another one getting ready to go that way.
Yeah, I really want to get some North Dakota stuff. So let's focus on getting that first, and then politics second this go round.
Okay.
Okay. So Native Americans or people who have been there or friends of or whatever, get them on. I'll try and reach out to a guy named Pat Spray and see if he can help out. Maybe we can get a guy named Dallas Goldtooth on. We had him on way back when, last year. He's amazing. And at the center of a lot of it. He's one of the chief architects of the whole protest from when it started a year ago.
Cool. I can get Millie. She's a Native person out here. She runs a lot of organizations for Native youth, and she's been setting up. I think she herself has set up all of the Seattle protests in solidarity with people that she knows from Standing Rock. So
okay, so reach out to her, see if she's interested in getting on, and see if she can provide someone from Standing Rock, a person live on the location, or some video from the location that the news won't pick up, or something, anything that we can get for the coverage of it.
Those might be a little. So there's not a lot of cell service, but the bigger issue is that it's considered a sacred site right now. It's there's a lot of rules going on based on Standing Rock tradition, including no photos or videos are allowed to be taken while you're there.
I'm aware of that, but still, one of the chief architects called Dallas Goldtooth, he managed to get off of the holy ground and take pictures and video of people being there and stuff like that, and then upload it.
So that's allowed. Because the people I've been talking to have said you can't do it at all. So that's why I haven't been trying to get any of the video.
Okay. Well, if it can't happen at all, then I don't understand how we have a picture of that former Obama spin doctor who turned CNN commentator. I can't remember his name. Oh, that the black dude with the glasses who's completely bald. I can't remember his name. He's on CNN. Terry Jones. Ring a bell for anyone? Seriously?
Terry Jones.
Seriously.
I think you're misremembering that. It's a Welsh comic. That's where I'm guessing you're pulling that name from.
Yeah, maybe. No, I can't find it now. What the fuck's his name? Why can't I remember his name? He's been one of the conscientious objectors to some of the ways that Hillary has been doing things. He even made some nice comments about Bernie during the primary.
Are you thinking of Eugene Robinson?
Who?
Eugene Robinson? He's not like totally bald, but black dude with glasses on MSNBC.
No, on CNN. It's not
CNN.
No, he's like what, mid-30s.
Oh, Van Jones.
Van Jones. Thank you. See, that was a
Oh, I know who Van Jones is.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know where the Terry came from. So Van Jones, I have footage and stuff from him being at Standing Rock, saying that water is life and oil is poison.
Right.
Oil is death. So there are some pictures allowed to be taken down there.
That's
Miguel
what
is going back out there, by the way.
you can see. That's been my confusion. Is that I've seen pictures and videos from the site, but then when I'm on Facebook and I'm talking to friends from there, they're like, "That stuff shouldn't be happening. It's a holy site." There's a whole litany of rules that I was told about that I had no idea existed.
Okay. Well, get a hold of your friend, and if it's possible for her to get a hold of someone who can step off of the holy site and talk to us about what's going on down there underground, that would be amazing. If she can't, then that's understandable. I mean, for fuck's sake, can't we?
Yeah, I just sent her a message. She's good. She's pretty good at getting back quickly.
Okay, so North Dakota, Standing Rock, oil and environment and stuff. Okay, so that's our main theme for Thursday, it seems like. And other than that, the daily news. I'm going to reach out to Pat Spray, see if he wants to come on, and if he doesn't want to come on, see if he wants to help produce. He just moved to Washington. For some reason, everyone I know is moving to Washington. So, yeah. So, anyone have any questions about what needs to be done by tomorrow's meeting?
Negative.
Yep.
Okay, so, and Eric, you're going to be the producer this Thursday, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Okay, cool. So we will get our ducks in a row, and we'll meet tomorrow and see where we're at. Look for articles, look for video, look for community news, whatever, the usual stuff. And then tomorrow we'll hopefully know a little bit more.
And I've got a possible person who lives, he's from Standing Rock, and he's there now. So getting the last bit of confirmation from Millie, she's currently typing.
Yeah, cool. Adair, you just let us know tomorrow when you have some confirmations and you've talked to them, okay?
Yep.
Okay, good meeting, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.